Hey guys, I'd like to dedicate an episode on the topic of real-world assets tokenization. Now, we are experiencing a boom. There's an interesting article that I came across from Binance Research where they're saying that real-world assets tokenization, excluding stablecoins, market value has hit over $12 billion. That is a huge amount in a short period of time. Figures in 1 or 2 years, they've already amassed this addressable market value over $12 billion. This is astronomical, and this is only the beginning. Let's dig deep under the covers. Now, if you think about taking a real life physical asset out there, whether it's property or even arts and collectibles or a financial instrument or anything that has an economic value, that can be digitized and traded now under a blockchain, under a fractionalist ownership. I'll explain a little bit more what fractionalist ownership means. Let's take the example that everyone can easily understand. Let's assume there is a $1 million worth of a luxurious apartment in Manhattan. I know it's much more than that, but just make it simple terms. $1 million of a luxurious apartment in Manhattan can be divided, let's say we can divide it up into a handful of fixed supply of tokens worth $1,000 each. Now, if you hold that token under the blockchain for a period of time, we can safely assume that it's going to increase over time. Let's say from $1,000 to 10x, let's say up to $10,000 per token, representing that luxurious Manhattan apartment on the blockchain. You can see the true potential that real-world asset tokenization can have. And that's just one example in real estate, which was the first industry or use case that's actually sparked this market value for real-world assets tokenization. But it just doesn't stop there at real estate. It also applies to many other things. As I said before, anything they can think of that has an economic value attached falls under this real-world assets tokenization. Things like commodities, even tokenized treasuries, arts and collectibles, even legal documents, policy documents, they all can be tokenized and stored on the blockchain. That's just a handful of use case potential for real-world asset tokenization. Now, following on this article from Binance Research, it went on to say that real-world assets continue to experience growth led by tokenized US treasuries. Now, this kind of makes sense because we're all seeing at the moment it's mainly impacted by the high interest rates that we are seeing. That is the buoyant market, tokenized treasuries on the blockchain. BlackRock actually boasts a market value of over $500 million. Like I said, that's just a drop in the ocean. It's continuing to grow on from there. But the market value of on-chain RWAs, excluding stablecoins, continue to rise upwards, which represents continued investor interest in blockchain-based tokenization of traditional assets. Tokenization of RWAs like real estate, government bonds, or other intangible assets like carbon credits makes traditionally illiquid markets easier to trade, allowing investors to purchase assets in fractions while facilitating clear records and streamlining the settlement process on the blockchain. Tokenized treasury funds, which are digital representations of, let's say, US treasury notes, have surpassed now $2.2 billion in market value. Binance Research took stock of the on-chain private credit, tokenized commodities and real estate. Report said that on-chain credit market is now worth $9 billion, or just 0.4% of the traditional private credit market sized at $2.1 trillion in 2023. Now, if I were to summarize, this is very good news. It's actually on par with leading industry experts. I think Larry Fink, who is the BlackRock CEO, have actually captained this idea of tokenizing financial instruments, whether it's equities and stock options, on the blockchain. And now the net has broadened to many other use cases, as I just mentioned before: real estate, property, treasury notes in general, even the private credit. But there's things like arts and collectibles, policy documents, legal documents, even will and testaments. You can sign that and store in the blockchain, where the blockchain also provides an additional benefit of making it more trustworthy network. It's very difficult to tamper any of these digitized assets once they're recorded on the blockchain and is held forever, right? It's immutable and it's persistent. So for these reasons alone, this is the true potential that real world assets tokenization can provide. So you can see that the investment potential of this is huge and is growing. So things like Ethereum, Solana blockchains, which are the renowned smart contracts blockchains, these are the very things or programmable ways of tokenizing these physical assets into digital assets. You need to have smart contract blockchains that support that. But also seeing that Bitcoin networks like Taproot, and also another more recent smart contracts programming called Stacks, That's a layer 2 scaling solution built on top of the Bitcoin network. That in itself also provides smart contract capability. So these are the three major blockchain technologies: the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the Solana, which are the three dominant smart contract blockchains out there at the moment that are going to be the major beneficiaries of tokenizing these physical assets into real world assets tokenization on those blockchains. So if you want to learn a little bit more about real world assets tokenization, what is it, or indeed what is smart contracts and the potential into bringing, as I said, these real world assets tokenization or to life, if you subscribe to my channel, I've created separate playlists where you can revisit tutorial videos that go into a little bit more detail as to what each of those concepts are. So this is all the more reason why, if you subscribe to this channel, you get the added benefit of both educational content on these topics as well as the latest news of what is out there. So just subscribe to the channel and start sifting through those videos. So until next time.